One of the craziest things about blockchain technology is it's unlocked all these new ways to make money that were never possible before. And one huge advantage that you have if you actually understand this technology on a deep level and have hard technical skills like the coding skills that I teach you on this channel is that you have a massive advantage over other people in doing this. So one way is to actually create your own trading bots that talk directly to the blockchain. And in this video, I'm going to go over some of the top strategies for creating cryptocurrency trading bots, as a blockchain developer who has done it. So before we get into that, if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn how to become a blockchain master step-by-step start to finish, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. And last but not least, I hate these disclaimers, but there's a bunch of scammers down in the comment section below. Just ignore them. I'll never give you my phone number or ask you to invest with me. All right, so let's look at some of the top strategies for creating cryptocurrency trading bots. And before we do that, let's actually talk about, why this opportunity exists in the first place. So, over the last year and a half or so, we've seen decentralized finance or DeFi absolutely take off like a rocket ship. We've seen the rise of a lot of decentralized exchanges powered by smart contracts on the blockchain. And, of course, in the past several years, we've seen lots of tokens get issued on top of the Ethereum platform itself. And we have all this activity in DeFi and token trading happening. And this is where you fit into the equation. So we have all these tokens that are powered by smart contracts on the blockchain. We have all these decentralized exchanges or DEXs powered by smart contracts. And then there's this massive opportunity for you to create your own smart contracts that interface with these tokens, all right, and also these exchanges to create your own bots that capitalize off of, opportunities that exist on the chain itself. And you can do that with the exact technical skills that I teach you on this channel, like Solidity and JavaScript or Python. And I'll talk about more, concrete ways to implement that towards the end of this video, but let's just talk about some of the top strategies first. So some of these strategies might be familiar to you if you've been watching this channel for a while, but if you're brand new, some of these strategies are going to be absolutely mind-blowing, okay? So no matter what camp you're in, make sure you watch the end of this video because I'm definitely going to cover some new topics in this video today that I've never talked about on my channel before. So the first major strategy that people are really excited about is an arbitrage bot. So essentially, this takes advantage of price discrepancies across different cryptocurrency exchanges. We'll say a cryptocurrency trades for $100 on one exchange, and then it trades for $101 on a different exchange. Then you can basically buy the cryptocurrency on one exchange and sell it for a profit here. So let's say you bought, some token, just one. Well, it wouldn't make sense to make a $1 profit. Nobody cares. But, what if you could do that with 1,000 units of this cryptocurrency? Well, then that would be $1,000 profit for that one trade. What if you could do it, 1,000 times over? Then that would also be $1,000 profit that way. So it's about vertical scale versus horizontal scale. There, of course, will be some caveats with the gas fees, which we'll talk about later in this video. But I want to talk about the beauty of smart contracts in this case, because this is something that I think a lot of people who don't fully understand blockchain technology, they don't get why this is such a big deal. Because you can create arbitrage bots right now on traditional cryptocurrency exchanges. Let's say you saw, the price of Bitcoin trading for let's just take a number here, like $35,000 on Coinbase, and then you saw it trading for $35,200 on Binance, and you logged into Coinbase and purchased it, and then withdrew the money, sent it through the Bitcoin blockchain to the other exchange, and then sold it and got that profit. Well, there's a problem here, which the price could actually move on you anytime that you try to exploit this opportunity, and therefore, you could lose money on that trade by trying to take advantage of it. Well, that's where the beauty of smart contracts come into play. So basically with smart contracts, you can ensure that your trade will be profitable and that the price can't change while you're doing it. So you can create a smart contract that has a function that essentially says, trade, buy the cryptocurrency on this exchange and then sell it on this exchange. If it's not profitable, then of course, just don't even, the trade's going to fail. You can actually code in conditions that say, make sure that this trade works, and if not, just revert the whole thing. And so the other caveat there is, of course, you could lose out on the gas fees for attempting this, but the big picture is here that the contract itself can ensure that the trade is profitable before it even tries to make the trade. And so arbitrage bots, that's essentially how they work. Now, you do have another problem, which is, you have to essentially own a lot of cryptocurrency in order to do this. Well, the next crazy thing is you can level up these arbitrage bots by using flash loans, okay? So flash loans are where you can take, millions of dollars of cryptocurrency, you can borrow it for free, basically, with no money down, and you can take it and do these trades. So let's say you wanted to borrow $1,000 of a cryptocurrency or 1,000 units, I should say, to buy it on exchange A and then sell on exchange B. Well, you don't even have to have funds to do this in the first place. You can basically take out a flash loan, which lets you borrow as much money as you want to within your limit, or let's say millions of dollars, and then pay it back as long as it happens in the same transaction. Because when you're creating, smart contracts like this that say, hey, buy on exchange A, sell on exchange B, that's just multiple steps inside the same transaction. And so as long as the cryptocurrency, gets returned to the lender in the same transaction, then the trade will go through. And that's how you don't have to actually own any of this cryptocurrency to take advantage of this opportunity. And that's only possible with blockchain technology. You can do arbitrage in other places, like on traditional cryptocurrency exchanges, but nobody's going to let you do a flash loan because there's no way to enforce that you'll pay it back because you don't have that, like transaction environment like you would on top of the Ethereum blockchain. So strategy number 2 is an accumulation bot. And I don't actually know the real name for this. I've just seen this strategy executed in other environments, and I'm just kind of call it this so that it has a name. But let me explain what this is. So essentially, you see a frenzy of activity happen whenever new tokens hit exchanges. Let's say like an app like Uniswap, for example. This is a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange powered by smart contracts on top of the Ethereum blockchain. And in many cases, like whenever a new token's listed on Uniswap, the price just kind of starts going up. Usually like a token is announced, and then either it's being farmed somewhere or like somebody just lists it and says, hey, this is available for trading now. And there's usually this frenzy of excitement and the price goes up. So you can actually create your own bot to listen for new tokens that get listed on Uniswap. So essentially, whenever a new token is added, Uniswap typically emits some sort of event that says like, hey, a new pair is created and is available for trading. And so you can actually create your own bot that listens for these new tokens when they're listed on the exchange and will actually buy some predetermined amount of it. Okay, so you can also test like liquidity, see how much is available there. You can factor in slippage, all that type of stuff. There's lots of parameters you can set to, adjust for your particular risk tolerance. But you can just basically accumulate new tokens whenever they hit the market. And you can do this for multiple tokens over and over and over again. Of course, this is a riskier strategy because some of these tokens could just tank. But this can be a case where essentially your winners pay for your losers, and you can just buy tokens this way. And of course, you will have to have funds in your wallet in order to do that before you can implement this strategy, but that's one way to do it. And so this is a rinse and repeat strategy that you can apply for multiple tokens on the same exchange. You can do it for different cryptocurrency exchanges that might be, forked from Uniswap, like PancakeSwap or QuickSwap, maybe in these environments where you have these explosive tokens and where the fees are also less because people are just like kind of going to the casino and trying to make fast gains. You can also apply this strategy for different versions of Uniswap, different DEXs on top of Ethereum, as long as they have some way to be alerted anytime a new token is listed with events inside of Solidity smart contracts, and you can implement this strategy. So strategy number 3, most people wouldn't normally think of when you're thinking of trading bots, but there actually can be some trading bot where you swap on exchange elements to this. So let me explain what I mean by that. So one of the big things that's driving decentralized finance or DeFi is, yield farming or liquidity mining or just like chasing yield. So basically you have all these cryptocurrency projects that need liquidity for their projects. So they incentivize you. They say, hey, park your money inside of our app and we'll give you either a brand new token or maybe some interest on the tokens that you gave us. And that typically turns into like really high APYs of maybe like 10% all the way up to like, 100% APY on legit projects. And sometimes you see, new projects hit the scene that some might be kind of scammy that have like, 400% APY, something like that. Plus, you have people basically going after these and trying to find the best yield possible. Now, the truth behind most of these projects is that these yields don't last for an entire year. So some people say, hey, that's so misleading because it's called APY, based on annual, but it's not really annual because the yields go up and down like crazy and you won't sustain this for an entire year. So that's definitely true. But one thing you can do is actually just jump around in between apps. But you see people doing this already. They basically say, hey, I see this yield's really high on this app, and now it's high, and it dried up, and now it's high over on this app, so I'll just move out of this app into that one. And they're typically doing it the exact same cryptocurrency. Now, you can create your own bots that do this, so they can watch between multiple projects, with smart contracts, and you can find where the highest yields are, and you can take your funds and move from one, project to the other to chase that yield. Now, that's assuming that you use the same cryptocurrency. So let's say project 1, project 2, and then project 3. And you might say like, hey, this one's offering, 10%, or let's just say like 50% on, ETH. This one's 50%. 75% ETH, and this one's, 30% ETH, then you might say, the yield dried up over here. This one's the best, so I'm going to move to this one. Now, here's where you can implement trading into the equation. Sometimes you'll see people do this across multiple different assets. So this one's might have 50% on ETH, but then this one has 70% on, die, or this one has, 100% on link or something like that. So you can actually implement trading bots in this equation by saying like, hey, I'm going to swap my cryptocurrency for a different one because this one's actually getting a higher APY over here. Or maybe because of certain market conditions, I only want to be in stable coins and do stable coin mining right now. So you can like have a bot that looks for the best yield, but also maybe factors in what cryptocurrency you want to be holding at the current time to get that yield. That's how you can implement trading into this equation and also maximize your yields. And that's why I call this strategy a yield swap strategy. So let's talk about strategy 4, which is kind of like strategy 3.5. It piggybacks on top of that. So we'll call this 4, yield, compound yield. Another criticism of yield farming is essentially you'll see these things where it's got like, 100% APY, but people will say, hey, this kind of sucks because it's not compounding, right? Basically, like you'll see this 100% APY, but it's just flat. So basically, if you put in, $1,000 of USDC, and then over a year, you only get back, $100 in USDC, then like your principal, your dividend or your yield's not getting reinvested back into your principal here. Now, you could do that manually, or you can create a bot that does it, that swaps the cryptocurrency and gives it back to yield. So this is where trading actually comes into the equation. Because sometimes you'll see bots that say, or you'll see apps that say, I'm going to put in $1,000 in USDC, but your 100% APY is actually going to be in this brand new token. Let's just say you get $1,000 USDC, but we're going to give you, $100 of my token, some brand new token, right? My token, okay? So you can have this compound yield bot that does this yield farming that says like, hey, anytime I get paid out rewards, let's say it's per block, right? Every new block, or maybe let's just say every day, because every block would be kind of excessive, but let's say some time interval. Every like day that I get rewards, I'm going to swap them back to the cryptocurrency that I, have here, and basically just keep reinvesting that back into my principal here and increase the amount of tokens that I'm earning until you reach a certain point that you want to cash out of the cryptocurrency that you're getting as a reward here, or you want to keep building up this principal. It depends on what your long-term strategy is. But that's how you can actually get a compounding yield with a bot that combines basically yield farming, combines DeFi, and combines trading bots all in the same equation. And you have the power to do this because you have smart contracts, okay? These smart contracts are basically programs that you can write as a developer that talk to any of these other DeFi apps, okay? So DeFi, or also exchanges or DEXs. Because don't forget, all these DEXs and other DeFi apps are just smart contracts too. They're permissionless. It's an open playground for you to get in there as a developer and write your own smart contracts that talk to these. You don't need API keys. You don't need access or permission from anybody. As long as you can, talk to the blockchain and write your contracts, you can do that. So let's talk about some ways to get started doing this, and also maybe some caveats. So we'll start with the caveats. The first caveats are the gas fees definitely make it hard to implement some of these strategies depending on which blockchain you use, okay? So Ethereum presents some challenges in this regard because, even if you're doing flash loans and the trades don't fail, or if the trades fail, you could lose out on the gas fees So basically, if you try it and it doesn't work, you might cost you a certain amount of money. And if the ETH gas prices are high, or if the Ether price is high, then there's of course some caveats that could cause that to lose money when you're trying it. But it wouldn't be as bad as like borrowing $1 million in a flash loan, like a margin account or something like that, and then you lose that money, you have to pay it back. Same thing with these other strategies as well. The gas fees you can eat into it unless you have a good profitable strategy, or maybe the gas fees are so high that you have to have a large amount of money in order to implement some of these strategies. But those problems can be mitigated by moving to some of these other chains that have cheaper gas fees for the time being, that also support Ethereum smart contracts like Polygon, like Binance Smart Chain. Those can be great environments to test this out on without risking as much money. And then if you get good at that, then you could transfer that back over to the Ethereum chain. And so what would you personally need to create in order to pull this off? So let's talk about the high level here. So you need two big things. You need a smart contract, like I was talking about a minute ago, where you actually manually code the functions out to execute these strategies, whether it's a trading bot, arbitrage bot, flash loans, compounding yield, accumulator, whatever it is. And then typically you need some sort of app, and this is where the script or the bot will be. So maybe this is like a web server process that runs in the cloud 24/7, or maybe it's a script on your computer that's just getting executed over and over again. But essentially what this script is going to do is it's going to listen to the blockchain for these opportunities, and then whenever they pop up, it's going to call your contract. Okay, so you'll actually have this external thing that, you know, holds a cryptocurrency account, holds some ether in it, and then calls to your contract anytime these opportunities come up, and it executes the opportunity that way. So there's two parts to this. So if you want to check out some ideas to get your head, kind of get your head thinking about this, you can check out this repository here. This is dappuniversity.com/trading bot. So essentially, this is an idea that how you can actually write a script or a bot that actually listens to the blockchain and talks about, implementing some of these opportunities. Okay, so this goes a little bit old. We could probably update this, but this will get you, the wheels kind of turning in your head on how you can do this. So that you can kind of come up with your own strategies to implement this. So those are some of the top strategies for creating cryptocurrency trading bots. Again, this space is so crazy what you can do with blockchain technology and DeFi that you really can't do anywhere else. And again, you have a massive edge as somebody like a developer, somebody who has technical skills to take advantage of these opportunities that normal people just can't. So, I hope you like this video. As always, smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If this just blows your mind and you want to learn the technical skills to do this type of stuff, how can you get your hands dirty? How can you get started today? You can go to my YouTube homepage. You can find my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. You can check out that repository I shared with you a minute ago to kind of get some wheels turning on how you would implement this. If you like all those videos, you like that content, and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you just want to jump all in, take a massive shortcut, I can show you how to become a blockchain master step-by-step from start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. Until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.